Good morning, everybody. This is John with Retired Renegade Adventures. Where have I been? I've asked myself that question a lot of times over the last couple of years because it's been that long since I've posted anything. Even though I have been out and I have videoed, there's just been one thing after another, and medical and blah blah blah. Doesn't matter. Should have been there for you. I wasn't. I apologize. I've got some old video stuff that I did take but not post. We'll show that later. So anyway, where am I headed today? Right in there. Superstition Mountains. We'll be going to the backside, part of an area that I've been before, and some of it I didn't make it to. Anyway, thanks for coming along for the ride. Thank you for staying with me. If you haven't already done so, please like, subscribe, follow us here and on Facebook, and I will see you up in the Superstitions. Doesn't bode well for going home later. At least a mile of backup. Not a good place to be on the weekend, which this is not, because this is the Arizona Renaissance Festival area. So all of this in the little city that is off to the right hand side here, that's all Ren Fair. And it is tail end of February right now, and the Ren Fair goes through April. But it's only weekends and holidays. So we're safe for now. Okay, we just got off US 60 because there's a little area back in here, a little town called Queen Valley, which is way out in the middle of nowhere. And for me, it's a cool, I want to call it a retirement city, but it's really not. It's just a totally off the grid place bordering on the Superstitions. And we did have a weather event yesterday, high winds, 60-70 miles an hour, but there's snow on the mountains, which it does snow in Arizona. 108 inches in Flagstaff so far, another 12 expected this weekend. Well, welcome to Queen Valley. Quiet little place in the middle of nowhere. Why do I like it here? I have no idea. Mainly because the people here, they're friendly enough, but they really don't care what you think. And we need more of that, I think. Interesting the number of government roads there are here. U.S. government property, no trespassing, blah, blah, blah. I will take one that isn't, but this isn't a state trust land, so you can get yourself in trouble if it's newly posted like this and you just traipse out there anyway. And I can see the equivalent of an earthen dam up here, so I'm not sure what all that's about. Well, I'm doing what I like to do, which is just take a trail I've never been on before. I'm just hoping I didn't miss a no trespassing sign, because I'm getting really close to that earthwork dam. And even though I saw an ATV head up here this way, I don't know. I guess we'll find out. Well, I think I saw a sign, but I got the primitive road sign right there, but that goes up to the earthwork dam. So we're going to head back and then go a little deeper in, one way or the other. Well, sometimes I get asked, why do this? I mean, I've had the good fortune of being able to travel all over the world. I don't know, it's just who I am, and I think other people should be this way too. You can go to a big city, been to most of them, you know, New York, Chicago, whatever. You can hunt for hours for a parking spot, have to pay money just to park, and then you got to walk for hours just to see maybe one or two things of interest, whether it's the Smithsonian, Statue of Liberty, so on and so forth. I'm not saying don't see them. They are good to see. However, you could spend a tank of gas and be out. And you know, if you are a shooter, there are places up in this area that you can go shooting. And you get a chance to hang out and see what all nature provided you. And it doesn't cost a thing. It does cost gas to get here, and it does take your day, but this is just a different form of entertainment. So I'm going to go and see what else I can find. I have not been up this way. I would like to find some evidence of older habitation, but even if I find nothing, I found stuff. Something. There's always something that really sneaks up on you, because this is an old cattle loading area, and that's an old cattle ramp right there. That's definitely been there a long time. That's not new at all. And one thing, you are not going to be bringing your Prius, Tesla, Leaf, whatever up in to see this. So the reality is 99.9% of society will never see what you see if you can get a little bit of off-road ability and come back here. You have a lot of people that complain about the roads being closed off and not being able to access area, and I agree with that. However, like in this case, this is a perfectly legal gate to go in, so I'm going to open this up. I'm going to do it. I'm going to close the gate behind me, and we're going to continue on to go explore someplace I've never been before. What I will say, though, is if this is your cup of tea, get involved with your local groups. Petition, contact your representatives, and protect where we can go. But in the meantime, don't break the rules, because then you're, in society's eyes, a lawbreaker, and it's awful hard to get people to buy into your side of an argument if you just break the law to do it. And I'm sorry, because the sun's behind me. So let's get in here and see what's back that way. Well, this is interesting. It's not old. I mean, I've got the power lines right here. That looks like a solar array out there, kind of in the middle of the desert. And off to my left, though, I don't know if you're going to be able to see them, but I spotted, yeah, there's one. There's cows back here, and lots of them. Pretty black cows. And one with some white on his head. This is the first time I've actually even pulled the top back on the Golden Eagle. So we're actually running a little bit open air, more like a target top. And somebody's been out here. There's a little, yeah, not two-wheel drive territory. So what do you think? Worth it or not worth it? This is Queen Valley. That's the little earthen dam, kind of off in the distance out there. You could see the power poles we went under. Somebody's been up here, and it looks like somebody had, I don't know, a shack, maybe, that got torn down, or they just dumped out here, which would be horribly wrong. Big fire pit. I got a trail to go explore some more that way, which I'm going to. Beautiful area of Superstition Park, although the main parts of the Superstitions are back that way. You've still got stuff over here. And like I said, you are probably part of 1/100th of the population that can ever come back and see this. So why wouldn't you do it? Well, personal opinion here, but this is just wrong. I'm at the end of this trail, obviously, because not only is there a gate, but this is chained, heavy chain, with a heavy master padlock, but there's no sign other than no dumping. So, could be part of a ranch. I know I'm near one. Silver King is the ranch I'm near, but I guess I'll be backing my way out and we'll look for the next area to explore. Kind of wondering what kind of goat trail I'm following now, but that's a nice little stream and or pond off to the right hand side over here. That's pretty. Well, this would be a nice little area to camp. I wouldn't necessarily camp in the river bottom here. That's hard rock. That goes back to that pond I just did, and I think this is a circlet, so I'll pull in here and get spun around. I think this is the end of this trail. Still haven't seen anything that has to do with like old civilization, although this area has been occupied for thousands of years. In the more modern era, it's been explored on and off for the last 170-ish, mid to late 1800s, which is when Phoenix and Superstitions and White Tanks and all of the other places became civilized. Well, I'm near the pond that we talked about. You don't see this very often. I mean, this is Arizona, this is the Superstitions. I am surrounded by cactus and right off in the distance, this is what I was talking about. You see that bird right there? That bird is bright red. You do not see that here very often, but when you come out and go visit the wilderness, you see things you didn't even know that existed in your own home state. So I'm going to park this, see if I can get a picture, and move on. My owned property back here. Nice ranch buildings. It's the backside of this solar array, so that might be what's needed to run Silver King. Now I'm in a riverbed. No idea where that's going to take me. I think it has tire tracks though, so we're just going to keep heading west. Alright, I can go left or up. We'll go up, right. There is a really nice road, actually. Anyway, a really nice off-grid house in the middle of nowhere. I mean, you've got these power lines, but they are out there. This must be the road that gets there. Well, let's see. That's nice. One of those areas that get you in trouble, because I see a whole bunch of houses back here. And this is that kind of neighborhood where they don't appreciate outsiders. No idea what this is, but it's an interesting name. Jumping Dog Vista. That way. Let's go that way. Well, I think I'm at Jumping Dog Vista. I don't know why this would be a thing, but since I'm here, and that's a private road, and further down is another no trespassing sign, so we'll honor that. I hope it wasn't because a dog jumped off, because that would suck. Lots of cholla cactus. That would make a dog jump. That would make a people jump. Nice rocks though. Definitely mining area still. 100%. Because that all looks like quartz. Well, this is what you get. This road up that way. It's almost like a little community up in here. Construction going on right there. House up there, the nice one that we talked about. Storage down here. And I did see some mining claim posts, so that might be their shed for mining up in here. Alright. We will just keep continuing on. There's actually 10 acres for sale back there. Can you imagine living out here? We're not really close to a lot at all. You know, I'm going to go look at their 10 acres real quick. Well, I think that might be it. That's all that's left of the offer to buy sign. That says private road, so I can't really go that way. And I can go straight down this hill, which I'll probably do. Well, that was kind of a, I don't want to say a letdown, but it was. Well, this is what you get at the bottom of the hill. Nothing. So I have to go back up the hill and go back the way I came. Well, we are on the beginning of Trail 1953. This is the first Forestry Service or BLM marker I've seen so far. And this sign is obviously old. So let's go take a peek. Well, a marked forestry road does not necessarily mean good or even passable. This one's not yeah, so bad so far, but I just started. Well, it's starting to rain now, and parts of this trail are kind of gnarly. Well, I might be at the end of what I want to try in this, because I am out here by myself right now. You've got people that have built this up with this rock ledge right here. This is not a sheer face, and I could probably curve to this side and climb it, but I don't know what's further up. Now, the question is, can I climb back out what I just climbed down? Because I don't have a winch on the front of this one. So, I mean, I can get out. I'm not stuck. But I don't like what I see. So I think I think it might be time to call it a day for this adventure. Because this ain't getting any better as we go. And I could easily see myself up on one bounce, and I'm up on my lid down there. That's an interesting structure right there, though. Interesting stuff back here. But I'm in the wrong rig to try it. Or maybe be with somebody else that's got a winch. There comes a time that you have to realize that when you're exploring, if you're exploring by yourself, to have a little common sense. And if you've watched my videos, you know I don't have a lot of that sometimes. So let's head back to the Eagle and see if I can get out going the other way, the way I just came in. Because that was kind of a sharp drop, but I don't think it was anything like that. Well, in theory, that's better. I don't know how much better, but it is. So I'll see you on top, I hope. Well, wish I would have had a camera mount to film that. We're up on top, but my moniker of throttle jockey kind of comes into it because I kind of had to launch myself a little bit. No harm, no foul. Didn't bang anything. So we're gonna creep our way out of here, and it's already 2:30, so probably going to be 3:30 by the time I get out. It might be time to quit by then. So didn't find any signs of civilization, so to speak, from way back when, but this has been way fun. Still a lot of water up here, and in a few months there definitely won't be. Made it back to 1935, so I think we're good. Way out than I took in. I'm still along the power line, so I know kind of where I'm at, but I'm about 2 miles further in along the power lines than I was when I pointed it out the first time. But I think this is more of a, if you can call it a major thoroughfare out of here, than what I took to get in. So, well, here we are. Because we're to the back side of Queen Valley. Let's see what this sign says when we go buy it from the inside out. Okay, well, more for sale. Well, thank you for coming along to visit Queen Valley. Little town in the middle of nowhere. A couple golf courses. Some mobile homes, some regular homes. Nice. Some are what you'd call affordable housing, but a little place where people just want to be left alone and live out their lives. Anyway, there's nothing really wrong with that. Thanks for coming along for the ride. This is the end of our adventure in Queen Valley, Arizona, established in 1915, and some of the area in the superstitions behind it.